Good evening and welcome to Monday Yoga virtually. Thank you so much for joining us, for staying committed to your practice. It's different, but hopefully if you've participated in past classes, a lot of the movements, especially tonight, will feel very familiar. We'll ease ourselves back into the practice as we do normally after a break. It's great to be here, to be able to offer this to you, even if it is in not the ways that we're used to. I hope we can find some comfort, some well-being, some peace, and some joy in the practice. So remembering you know your body best. At any time anything feels uncomfortable, don't feel you have to do it. That's one of the great things of practicing in your own home, is that nobody else can see you or hear you, so you can get yourself really comfortable, really cozy, and you can do what's best for you. If you like to have some props close by, those can always be helpful. Something simple as a blanket, an old necktie or yoga strap if you have it. A couple blocks are really helpful. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can always use some old books. You can tie them together with a string or a big elastic and make your own homemade blocks. So get yourself comfortable. Make sure you have what you need. And find your seat on your mat, sitting nice and tall. Close your eyes. We'll begin with a little breathing exercise for a calm heart. In these uncertain times, it's really nice to know that we can hold ourselves. We can come to center within. So no matter what chaos is going around outside of us, we can be calm on the inside. So to do this exercise, you just take one hand on top of the other at the heart center. Close your eyes, sitting nice and tall. Inhale and pause, holding your breath in. Exhale through the nose, releasing, letting the breath out. And again, inhale, filling the lungs, pausing, holding it all in, and exhaling, letting it all out. A few more rounds this way, inhaling, pausing, holding the breath in, and then exhaling, letting it all out. 3 more breaths this way, breathing in, filling the lungs, holding the heart, exhaling, letting go, releasing. Inhaling when you're ready, pausing, holding. Exhaling. One last time, inhaling. Holding the breath in. And exhaling, letting it out. Returning to your natural breath. Just let the hands circle around the heart. Touch is very powerful, very healing, and it's something we're probably all missing out on this past year. So it's good to hold yourself whenever you can, as much as you can. And bring both hands to the knees. Lower your chin down to your chest. With the shoulders soft and the head heavy, Allow the head to roll shoulder to shoulder. Begin stretching into the neck. Moving nice and slow here, just giving the muscles on the side of the neck a chance to respond to the stretch. Knowing that at any time, if you feel you need a pause, if you need to breathe into a particular area of tightness or tension for a little bit longer, feel free to do that. Listen to your body and adjust accordingly. Do what feels good for you. Rolling the head one more time to each shoulder. And when you've finished, you can bring your head back up to center. Ears over the shoulders. You can just circle the shoulders forward. You can do both together, or you can alternate one at a time. Nice big circles. And then changing directions, circle the shoulders backwards. And then relax the shoulders down. Inhale, take your arm up to your side and then sweep it across the chest. Hug it in with your hand. And turn your head to look to the hand. You can keep your hand to your elbow, or you can slide your hand down closer to your wrist, deepening the stretch if you like. Breathing into the shoulder. Take one more breath here. And then release by reaching that same arm all the way up beside the ear. Bend the elbow, cradling the head, and slowly lower your ear down towards your shoulder. Stretching into the side of the neck. You can bring the hand from the knee down to the ground, pressing out through the palm if you'd like to deepen your stretch. One more breath. And then release. Bring that arm back to your side. And switching. Opposite arm reaches out to the side and then sweeps across the chest. Hug it in, hand to the elbow. Holding the hand here if that feels enough of a stretch for you. Or sliding that hand down towards the wrist, deepening the stretch. Next, inhale, that arm reaches up beside your ear. Bending the elbow cradle, the head lowering ear to shoulder, stretching into the side of the neck. Gently release. With hands on the kneecaps, begin to circle your torso clockwise now. Inhaling as you come forward. Exhale as you round back. One more time in this direction. Pausing at center and reversing, going counterclockwise now. Moving with your breath. One last circle around. And then back to center. Extend the legs out in front of you. Bounce the knees a few times. Wave the feet side to side. And then make your way onto your hands and knees. Coming to tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Fingers spread nice and wide. Toes can be tucked under or tops of the feet down to the mat. When you're ready, we'll begin cat-cow stretch. Inhale, lifting through the tailbone, arching the back, looking up. Exhale, tailbone tucks under, round your spine, chin into the chest. Inhale at your own pace, moving with your breath. Arching and rounding the back. Push the floor away from you as you breathe out, rounding the spine. As you inhale, let the chest move through the arch, lifting, tailbone, chin, shoulders hug back in. Arching, rounding, tailbone tucks under, chin into the chest. One last cat-cow inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Great pose to do as a standalone practice. If you want to challenge yourself this week to do cat-cow every day, start with a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Just get your body moving. Toes tuck under. Hips lift up and back to downward facing dog. You can keep the knees really bent here. Relax the head between the arms. You can turn your head gently side to side, releasing the neck. And then you can start to lower the heels down one at a time. You can press down through both heels. Lengthening the spine, and lift through your tailbone. And then looking up to your hands, begin to walk the feet forward. Come to Ragdoll Pose. Feet are hip distance apart, knees are bent, back is round. Upper body hangs heavy over the legs. Arms can just dangle here, or hands can come to opposite elbows. Sway gently side to side. Or just hang heavy over the legs. The head can move yes and no a few times, releasing the neck. And then use your next inhalation to slowly curl yourself up to standing. Head lifts last. Make your way to the top of your mat for mountain pose, standing nice and tall. Grounding down through the legs. rising up through the spine. Hands come together at the heart. We'll practice a few rounds of sun salutations here, getting the body warmed up, getting the heart beating, the blood flowing. With your next inhale, lift your chin, reach your arms up and back slightly. Exhale, softening at the knees, hinge forward from your hips, standing forward bend. Inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, fold, relaxing your head down. Big step back with the right foot for lunge. Press back to the heel, look up, look forward. Left foot steps back, downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. Next exhale, lower down knees, chest and chin. Coming right onto the belly. And then up to Sphinx pose. Tops of the feet press down. Forearms slide forward. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Palms press down. Elbows draw back. Shoulders slide down away from the ears. Take another breath. Releasing. Toes tuck under, hands come under the shoulders. Press yourself back and up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Looking to your hands, step your right foot forward. Take as many steps as you need, maybe 1, maybe 2, to get the knee over the ankle. And left foot steps forward, standing forward, and relax your head down. Inhale to rise. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands down to the heart. 1 breath here, centering. And left side, when you're ready, inhale, arms reach up and stretch back. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips, standing forward, bend, relax your head down. Inhale, halfway up, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold, chest to the thighs. Left foot steps back, lunge. Looking forward. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Knees, chest, and chin lower down. Uncurl the tops of the feet to the mat. Inhale, coming up to Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. 3 deep breaths. Lowering down, hands slide back under the shoulders, fingers spread, toes tuck under, hips press back and up, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, balancing out the body. When you're ready, left foot steps forward. If you need to lower the knees, if that makes it more stable and more comfortable to step the foot forward, you can do it that way, lifting back to the lunge. Right foot steps forward, standing forward bend. Inhale to rise. Arms overhead and then down to the heart. Take 3 deep breaths. We'll do 1 more round of sun salutations. Just taking 1 more breath, feeling the blood circulating, feeling the body warming up. Here we go. Inhale, arms reach up and stretch back. Exhale, fold forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, standing forward bend. Right foot steps back, lunge. Left foot steps back, downward facing dog. Exhale down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale through the hands to Sphinx or Cobra, it's up to you. So you can come onto the hands in Cobra, elbows drawn back, shoulders down, or you can come back onto the forearms like we did the first round. Tops of the feet press down, shoulders draw back and away from the ears. Next breath, toes tucked under, hips press up and back, downward facing dog. One more breath here in down dog. And then looking forward to the hands. Right foot steps forward, lowering the knees if you have to, taking more than one step if you have to. Back to lunge. Left foot steps forward, standing forward bend. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. One breath. Last round, the left side. When you're ready, inhale, arms reach up and stretch back. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the head down. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, folding over the thighs. Left foot steps back, lunge. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Exhale down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, Sphinx or Cobra. Try to keep your neck in line with your spine. So the neck is a natural extension at the back. Toes tuck under, downward facing dog. Two more breaths in downward dog. And using that inhalation, looking to the hands, left foot steps forward, back to lunge. Right foot steps forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, rising. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 deep breaths. Just getting back into the smooth, even rhythm of your breath. Slowing down the heart rate. From here, take a big step back with your right foot. And then turn your right foot out 90 degrees, lining up the inner arch with your front heel. And then turn your torso sideways. Reach the arms up out at shoulder height. Turn the palms to face down. Turn your head to look over your left hand. And then bend the left knee for warrior two. Press evenly into both feet and extend out through both arms. Hug the shoulders back. Nice and strong, looking just beyond your left fingertips. Strengthening the legs, stretching into the hips. Take one more breath here in warrior two. And then from here, we'll move to extended angle. So we're going to take our left forearm to our thigh and reach our right arm straight up and then hug it in beside the ear. If it feels too much to hug it in beside your ear, you can keep reaching it upwards, or you can even bring it to your hip or just the back of the hand to the lower back. Whichever position that arm feels most comfortable. Pressing into the left foot, reaching beyond the fingertips of that right hand. Breathing in. You can have your head turned to look up, looking forward or looking down. Take one more breath, a big stretch for the whole right side of the body. And then windmill the arm, a few circles. 2, one more. Big circle forward, and I'm using that last circle to rise back up. Palms turn to face forward. Straightening that left leg. So both legs are straight now. If you need to shorten the distance between your feet to feel more stable, feel free to do so. Drawing the kneecaps up without pressing the knees back. So try not to hyperextend and lock out in the knees. Try to draw the knees up, activating your thighs. Left hip slides back, the left arm reaches forward and down into triangle pose. And then here as well, you have options for your arm. You can have that right arm reaching up, hand to hip, or hand slides around the lower back. Head turns to look up. Try not to collapse in your right shoulder. Peel the right shoulder back, opening across your chest. Extend the spine over your left leg. Take one more breath. And then inhale to rise up. Turn the left foot in. Feet are parallel now. Hands come to the hip bones. Pressing down through both the feet. Inhale. And then exhale. Hinge forward at your hips. Folding forward. Relax your head down. And slide down the legs. Wide-legged forward bend. You can release the fingertips to the floor if you like, or just keep the hands to the legs. And the next inhale, slowly rising up. Turn your right foot out. We'll come to warrior 2 on the other side. Arms again extend out at shoulder height, palms face down. Bending into your right knee. Looking out beyond the fingertips. Tailbone tucks under slightly. Shoulders hug back. Arms, try to keep them level in one straight line. So sometimes one arm can be higher than the other. Extend out evenly to either side. Weight into both feet, especially if you feel that front thigh taking more of the weight. Press deeper into your back foot. And make sure you can see the toes on your front foot. Keeping the knee over top of your ankle. Deep breath in, deep breath out. From here, moving to extended angle, forearm to the thigh. Left arm reaches up and then hugs in beside the shoulder. Turn the head to look up. Press down even more into that left foot. Stretch the whole left side of your body. Keep that left shoulder pressing back, opening across the chest, into the ribs, stretching into the hips. And then 3 windmills. Big circle with the arm. Using that last circle to rise back up. Straightening the right leg, preparing for triangle pose. Right hip draws back. Right arm reaches out forward and down. Left arm overhead or wrap it around behind you. Just keep that left shoulder pressing back, stretching across the chest. Looking down to your foot or up to the sky. Inhale to rise. Turning the right foot in, feet parallel, facing forward. First, just extend in 5 pointed star. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Press down into the feet. Rise up through the spine, standing nice and tall. Extending out through the arms, down through the legs, up through the top of the head. Expanding And then bringing hands back to the hips. Exhale, folding forward. Hands can stay to the hips or slide down the legs. If possible, fingertips can come to the floor. And then from here, start to heel toe your feet in a bit closer to each other, and then start to lower the hips down, bringing yourself all the way back down to sitting. Sit with the soles of the feet together in butterfly pose. Bring the knees to move up and down, fingers around the toes. And then let that movement and the legs come to a stillness. Start to hinge forward. If the knees are quite high, just use the elbows to rest into the knees to help you fold forward. If the knees are quite low, maybe you can release the hands from the feet and start to walk them forward in front of you, relaxing the head down. And the hands walk back in. Extend your right leg out. Keep that left foot close to the inner thigh. Flexing through your right foot. Anchor that right leg down. Inhale, reach both arms up beside the ears. As you exhale, stretch out over your straight leg and down. Hands can rest to your shin, to the ankle, or if the fingers reach the floor or the foot, you can rest them there. Relax your head down to your knee. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then use your next inhalation to slowly curl up. Left knee lifts. Foot either comes as close into the hip as possible or crosses over your leg. So if you cross your foot over your leg and it really pops that hip up off the ground, keep your foot in front of your hip instead, in front of the buttocks. Just draw it in as close to your body as you can. Right arm hugs your left knee into your chest. Left hand and arm come behind you to support your spine, sitting nice and tall. Breathe in. As you exhale, begin to twist, hugging the leg into the chest, turning the head to look behind you. Taking one more breath in the twist. And then releasing. Untwisting, coming back to center. Switching sides. Left leg extends. Right foot comes in. Pressing down through the back of that left leg now. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then extending, stretching out over the leg.
head to knee.
Next, inhale, gently and slowly rising. Bringing the right knee up, hugging the knee in towards the chest or crossing it over your extended leg, sitting even. Left arm hugs the knee into the chest, right hand comes behind the hip, sitting nice and tall. Breathe in. Exhale, begin to twist. And then gently release, untwisting. Both legs extend out in front of you, flexing the feet. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, both arms. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Relax the head down. And your next inhale, slowly curl yourself back up. Bringing the knees into the chest, sit in the center of your mat so you have some room behind you. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. Begin to rock and roll forward and back, or you can just rock side to side instead if forward and back doesn't feel good. Either coming forward and back, or side to side. A few more times, massaging out the spine. Coming right down onto your back, a couple more times side to side. With hands on your kneecaps, begin to make circles with the knees in a clockwise direction. And circle the knees counterclockwise. And then hug the knees into the chest. And then release the feet to the mat. Keep the heels nice and close into the body. Knees over the ankles. Arms at your sides. Tuck your chin in so the back of your neck feels nice and long. Now when you're ready to breathe in, press into your feet. Lift the hips. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lower arms and hips back down. Again, breathing in, lifting hips, lifting arms. Breathing out, lowering down. Inhaling, lifting hips, lifting arms. Exhale, lowering. Continue this way, moving with the breath. Or if you'd like to hold bridge pose next time, keep your arms down at your sides. Lift just the hips. Hands can reach for the heels from here. Or you can roll shoulders under you, one at a time, interlacing the fingers. Press down through the arms and up with the hips. You can play with the distance of your feet. Maybe it feels better to widen the distance of the feet. Maybe you like them a little bit closer together. Take one more breath here for yourself. And then releasing slowly, unrolling the shoulders, coming down one vertebra at a time. Lowering the back down into the mat. Extend out your right leg. Inhale, lift that right leg up to the sky and interlace the fingers at the back of your thigh. If you have an old tie or scarf or yoga strap around, you can use your strap for this pose around the ball of your foot. And the hands work just as good. Drawing the leg in towards the chest. Circle your foot a few times. One direction and then the other. From here, that ankle is going to cross over your left knee. Fingers interlace at the back of your left thigh now. Draw the legs in towards the chest. Rock a little bit side to side here if you like, or just relax and center. And then releasing window stretch, move on to a twist. So you're going to let your right thigh cross over your left thigh now. Arms extend out at shoulder height, palms face down. Scoot your hips just over to the right slightly. And then as you exhale, both knees lower to your left side. Head turns to look to that right hand. Deep breath in and out. Each exhale, perhaps the knees can lower a little bit closer down to the floor. Deepening into the twist. Next, inhale, come back to center. Uncross the legs. Bring the hips back to neutral. Extend your left leg. Inhale, that left leg lifts now. Fingers interlace at the back of the thigh. Draw the left leg in towards your chest. Circling the foot. Moving on to window stretch. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Fingers interlace at the back of your right thigh now. Draw the legs in towards the chest. Letting the shoulders and the lower back rest heavy into your mat. Rocking a little bit side to side here if you like, or just remaining heavy, centered. And then releasing. Left thigh crosses over the right, arms extend out at shoulder height again. Hips scooch to your left, knees lower to the right side. Head turns to look to your left hand, completing the twist. Fill the lungs. And then empty. Again, filling the lungs. And then emptying. One last breath here in the twist. Back to center. Uncrossing the legs. Centering the hips. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock gently a few times, side to side. Take a moment to ask yourself if there's any last stretch or twist you feel your body needs before preparing for final relaxation. When you feel you're ready for final relaxation, get yourself nice and cozy. Grab a blanket, you're at home. Grab pillows for underneath your knees. Dim the lights. Take out your ponytail. Take off your glasses. Get a little sip of water. Make sure you're comfortable and cozy. And then when you feel ready, just lay right down onto your back. Or if that is not feeling comfortable today, you can lay down on your side. Set yourself up in a position where you can be still, where you can relax and let go. Allow your body to soften. Making any little final adjustments you need to increase your comfort. And closing your eyes. Let your feet be slightly wider than the hips, falling away from each other. Let the arms rest out at your sides with the palms facing up. The eyes be softly closed. The breath gently flows in and flows out, like little waves washing up to shore and then back out to sea. And with each breath you take, Allow yourself to settle deeper into this stillness. Rest here now in peace. All the hard work and effort you put into your practice now works for you. Give yourself these minutes of stillness, a chance to revitalize, to recharge, to restore your energy, your vitality. For some people, this is the most difficult pose. Allowing yourself to be still, to relax, to let go. As you enjoy a few more minutes of this stillness and relaxation, I'll read to you a poem from Heart Talk by Cleo Wade. A love note to my body. A love note to my body. First of all, I want to say thank you for the heart you keep beating, even when it was broken. For every answer you gave me in my gut. For loving me back, even when I didn't know how to love you. For every time you recovered when I pushed you past our limits. For today, for waking up. Take a couple more breaths, letting that love note sink into your body. Gently bringing your attention back to the edges of your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Deepening your breath. With your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes, stretch your body long, and then cross your arms over the heart, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Silently expressing some love and gratitude to yourself. And roll over onto your side, drawing the knees up into the chest. Taking a breath. And returning yourself to a comfortable seated position. We'll finish by sitting nice and tall and taking 3 deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, Inhaling, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Again, arms reach up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, hands down to the heart. One last time, inhaling. And exhaling. Thank you for joining us. I'm so grateful to be able to have this opportunity to continue offering these practices for you. I hope you enjoy them. I hope it brings you some peace and comfort and well-being this week. And we will see you back here next week. Take good care of yourself.